thing in like the back of your mind where it's like you're not doing enough, then you're always going to move faster than most people.
This college student went from cutting hair in his frat house for grocery money to making $10K a month with faceless YouTube shorts about sports. After he joined my mentorship and community called Earnit Media, he managed to make $120,000 in his first year of posting and managed to outsource 4 channels. I flew out to the US to interview the top 1% of YouTube Shorts creators to break down exactly how they did it. And today I'm in California, so I'm going to be interviewing Dipi, who's going to walk us through his story, how he finds viral niches, and the exact outsourcing system that he used that allowed him to run 4 channels completely outsourced without having to edit a single video. My name is Igor, and let's get into it. Yo, welcome my boy Noah. Introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
My name's Noah. I go by Dipi on X, and on Discord, all of like my online personas Dipi. I do YouTube full time. I used to do a bunch of shit before this. Basically, I started out, I was uploading Minecraft vids when I was 10 years old. And from there, I kind of fell in love with YouTube. I kept going. Really didn't see any success, just posting Minecraft vids, like fucking around. Eventually, I got a job. We were talking about this yesterday. But it was like I was reffing games. I was getting yelled at by parents. So I was like, bro, fuck this. I never want to work a job in my life. After that, I was reselling sneakers from my junior year of high school, senior year of high school. I grew some capital, like $6,000 in total over 2 years, which was like shit like now. But at the time I was in high school, I was living at home. Like it was enough to like have money, like mess with friends. And then after that, I got scammed for $4K right before I was going to college. I was like, fuck this. I'm not reselling shoes anymore. Went to college. I really wasn't doing anything. I was very broke. Joined a frat. I started cutting people's hair in the frat, $15 a cut. And I'd like do them in like 45 minutes. I was making like no money, but it was enough to like get groceries and shit. And then
buy some drinks.
Yeah, buy some drinks, exactly. Sophomore year, I was living in the frat house. It was the same shit. I was like cutting hair for all of my buddies in the frat house. And then junior year, I ended up moving into this one house. I was pretty isolated from everyone. And at that time, I was just like, gotta lock in on something. And I always loved YouTube, always loved shorts. And I just ended up going all in on shorts. My goal at the beginning, it was just like, I want to upload every day for 30 days and see what happens. Around the end, I ended up seeing some like really good momentum. And that next month I made like $5,000. And I was like, dropped everything else and went all in on shorts. And then this last year I made $120,000 with shorts, something like that.
Bro.
So yeah, pretty good.
How was your transformation with shorts? Like you said, you started and then you blew up, you made the 5K month. And then what type of trajectory did you get from there?
Yeah, so 5K month, I hit that. The next month I did 5K, and then the month after that it was 2K. I was only running one channel, so it was very volatile. And then obviously joined Earnit, got some feedback from you, and that next month after that it was like 10K. 8K, 7K, started more channels. It was average 10K a month from there.
What niches did you find success with?
So mainly commentary niches. I was doing like sub niche, specifically sports, and we clipped together a bunch of videos, and we would basically have like a storyline. We'd do unknown facts about specific sports, like all of that stuff. Other than that, I never really ran any other channels besides that. It was just the commentary sports channels and like a few other like fringe ones that were still commentary style.
I see loads of Earnit members getting into sports commentary channels. Like, why do you think that is?
It's just easy sub niches, I think. It's like, bro, there's already an audience on YouTube for that, so.
Did you only do channels for like sports commentary of sports that you knew a lot about?
No, I had an F1 channel. I knew fuck all about F1.
So how did you make good content in that if you know nothing about the sport?
Okay, well, I did watch a few races. I watched actually one race, and like some of my biggest videos came from that. But I was just like searching up shit online, looking at Reddit, talking to like AI a lot about what the ideas could be. I started out that channel answering unknown facts about F1. So like what happens if a driver needs to go to the bathroom during a race. So I just was thinking like what's some shit like any F1 like fan would want to know about like driving an F1 car. I just made every single topic on that. I think we did over like 200 videos on videos like that before I sold it. So
How much did you sell it for?
that one was not that much. I can't really remember. I think it was around like $4,000. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was doing like $1,000 a month. It hit its peak. It was like time to sell, move on.
You mentioned Reddit as well. Did you just use that for research or to like come up with ideas?
Yeah, I use Reddit quite a bit for research and ideation. Yeah, I mean, I use Reddit to just like browse, see what like news is going on, like if there's any storylines specifically.
You're really good at like choosing really good niches, right? There's like gaps in the market and whatnot. What would you determine makes like a banger niche, let's say?
I only do stuff 70 mil plus per month.
Views.
Yeah, views. And then I assess the quality of the niche. If the quality is low, like if I know I can replicate the quality and I know I can outsource it, then that's almost always a niche I would get into. Obviously 100K average views, probably even more. We're looking for like 250K average views. Like I would like to know a little bit about the niche, but necessarily I don't need to.
When you're talking about like the average views, you mean average views per video, right?
Yeah.
But you also mentioned like low quality. So you only go into niches where you see low quality content performs well?
Yes.
And why is that?
Okay, I always think there's two ways to be a competitor in a niche. It's either content quality, so making higher quality videos, or it's doing something different than them, like doing a different format, bringing that format to the niche.
Right. And how do you determine on how to improve a niche?
I mean, if it's low quality, if it's like super low quality, you can instantly see. Like I gave some examples. It was like captions, script writing. I think I'm like better than 95% of shorts.
Best in the world?
Maybe not. Definitely not best in the world, but I'm up there, I think, in terms of script writing.
What about as for like how many total videos they have uploaded? Does that concern you at all before you go into a niche?
I would say around like 50 or less.
50 or less videos?
Yeah.
And if it's over that, you don't get into it?
Yeah, I mean, maybe if it's like super, super low quality stuff and there's no other competitors, then it's like, okay, this is like something that is pretty untapped.
How do you find competitors for the channels though? I feel like that's an issue a lot of people run into.
I use NextLev. I just use similar competitor feature. I use Algro's MCP now also on Claude. And then also a good trick is you just copy the title of whatever the short is and you just paste it into YouTube.
Right.
And usually that just brings up a bunch of competitors.
When it comes to niches as well, a lot of people that really like experience the best success with them, it's a game of trying to find like the gap in the market. Maybe it's something supply and demand based, right? How do you find trends and spot gaps in the market that you can fill and obviously make a lot of money with?
So for that, I mean, it's really just like being immersed in like the YouTube community. You can kind of just like see where stuff is shifting. If you're just like always on shorts, you'll see like formats popping up, like the Infinity Zyri. Like we saw that, it was like, okay, this is like gonna be fucking huge. Or like the skeleton niche. I mean, we were like third person on it. I was like, I mean, Bryce was like one of the first people to do it, and I was like doing his vid reviews. I was like, bro, this is huge. And he got it from some other guy who was doing like really low quality. So that goes back to the quality stuff. I just told Bryce, add branding to it and it will blow up. And then if you're in Earnit also, you see trends where like all the fucking people are running the same channels. You're like, okay, like this is obviously like a huge trend that's about to happen.
You got like the niches channel as well, where you get like the most up-to-date channels that are working right now. You can kind of see the formats there. We got a lot of members actually doing things where they like, I guess they're like format mix. So you'll get, for example, people that take, you know, Diax, for example, he'll take his editing style and maybe put it into, I guess it could be like body cam footage that's blowing up. Just kind of mixing formats that you see are working is quite a clever way to kind of pave a new way for a niche as well. Because the demand is there for the editing style and the supply is quite low because not many people are doing it. So it works quite well. With your shorts journey, you got to 10K like relatively fast. You was making 10K a month. What did you do to double your income?
Yeah, I mean, mainly outsourcing was probably the biggest thing. You have to outsource to only focus on the highest leverage tasks, which are niche finding, setting up new channels, and creating like SOPs and all of that stuff. So if you're in the mix, like let's say you're doing editing, you're doing script writing, all of that stuff, even though it's what the viewer sees, it's very low leverage and it can be taught to other people. So outsourcing is massive when you're trying to scale.
At what point do you do it though? Like when do you think it's the right time to outsource for a person? Because many people make the mistake of outsourcing too fast. Some make the mistake of doing it too late, right?
Yeah.
So where's like the sweet spot on when you should start doing it?
I would say when you know you can replicate results on another channel. So let's say you have your first channel, it does well, you're editing for it, you're doing all the script writing. You start another channel, you're still doing editing and script writing, that starts to see success. You want to probably wait a month of doing that. Then that's a good point to outsource, because that's when you know you can teach this to someone else. You know you can replicate this across multiple different channels.
Do you think you have to be at a certain point of like making a certain amount per month in order to outsource?
I mean, if you're making over $1,000 on a channel, that would probably be the minimum, because you can run a channel for like $300 a month.
You mentioned as well, like finding very cheap editors and VAs. Where do you find your hires?
I find them Discord. Referrals is huge. I hire a lot from referrals, and online jobs PH.
What have you had like best success with? Which platform?
Well, best success is referrals. Right. Like if you hire one person who's really good, if you treat them right, obviously you want to treat them right. You want to make sure they get bonuses, like all of that stuff. They will always refer other people who are of the same quality as them to you.
Yeah, and like you say on Discord, do you join like certain communities or what do you
do? I would say Discord's probably the worst though. So yeah. Video editors Discord, there's a bunch of Discords you can go to. Video editors was the main one I was hiring for.
What's your approach like when you put out a gig, for example, for people to do like, I need, you know, these types of videos for this amount of money? How do you kind of go about that whole process of actually outsourcing once you're in the servers?
Yeah, so usually what I do is I throw out a little job post. So in the job post, I usually say like comment mango or something like that, just like some random word. Or I'll say only send me your portfolio and send me the word mango, something like that. And if they do that, then it's like they can follow simple instructions. That's always a green flag. But if they're using like AI to just spam me with, you know, their portfolios, it wouldn't be a good fit. So do that first. You get a bunch of applications. You go through all of their portfolios. You see kind of like what their skill level's at. And then also, obviously, price is a big factor. So once I go through all their portfolios, I select a handful and I give them basically like a document where I ask for a sample, and I also tell them like all of the job description and like how much they're gonna get paid, if there's bonuses involved, all of that stuff. I give them a little sample edit, and from there I just select one person.
And when you go to actually selecting these like 1 or 2 videos that you think are good, what is like your criteria that you're looking for in that person to actually think, you know, they're gonna stick around, they're gonna be a good hire? Because you can get a lot of people that post like a good edit, they send you a good video, but are they actually a good hire? That's something that's good to like determine first. So what would you say you do for that?
It's difficult. You have to find someone who's competent, they know what they're doing. Their edits are somewhat decent. They don't have to be like amazing. They don't have to knock your socks off, because that's where you're there to train them. So you can usually see like how they respond to your stuff. If they respond fast, how fast they complete the sample when you send it to them is usually what I'm looking for. If I hire them, I give them a 7-week trial period also. Depending on that, if I hire them full time, usually they have a job for quite a while. Like I've had people who I've had since the beginning still with me.
Like, let me touch on that a little bit, because you mentioned the trial period, which is something you didn't really expand on. Like, how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, usually I just send them, I tell them that I'll give them 7-day trial period. I give them all of the workload, SOPs, like I really push them there. And if they complete everything on time, they respond fast, all that stuff, I'm basically like just testing them to see how they respond to heavy workloads. And then once that 7 days up, I can usually tell if someone is good fit or not.
You also talked about like a little bit before about the SOPs and like actually training them. What's the process of training? Because I feel like that's creators struggle so much on that, to get the editors to match the style and at least to do it every single day, right? What do you think is the fastest way to get someone to your standard?
For me, usually they just go through a round of SOPs and they know exactly what to do.
What are SOPs for the people that don't know? And like, how do you have them laid out?
So I just think in my head, like break down whatever the process I'm trying to do. So maybe it's editing. I'll record each bit of editing bit by bit, and I go through what I do, and I basically explain what I'm doing like in that moment.
So you're trying to get your thought process across to them. You're not just telling them step by step what to do. It's like why you're doing certain things.
Exactly, yeah.
And is that the only thing you do, like SOPs, or do you ever mess with like doing live calls, or maybe something like, you know, you do video reviews where they send a video, then you record your feedback on that? What do you do?
So in the beginning, I do video reviews if they're editors, if they're script writers, which I don't have anymore because it's all AI. But
we'll get into that as well.
Yeah. I would go through their Google Doc and I would basically like use the suggestion feature and I would just write out all my thoughts on there. Usually within like 5 videos, they're up to the standard of what I want them to be. And after that, I don't need to touch them. Like I have very little contact with them after that.
Do you still do quality control though?
Somewhat, yeah. I mean, I'll like watch the videos. Again, it's like low quality stuff. Like not every edit needs to be perfect.
And you mentioned there you had like editors, you had script writers. Did they work together at all, or was it kind of contacted separately?
Basically at that point I would come up with ideas. I basically like title a Trello card on what the idea is. The scriptwriter would take that Trello card, they would write it out, and then they just move it in the Trello. Like I guess they didn't really need to talk that much, but if there's like any changes or errors or stuff like the editor would notice, then they would tell the scriptwriter and they would make the change.
You also said that you've got some hires that have been with you for like a year basically, right?
Yeah.
How do you keep them incentivized to stay with you for so long? Like how do you pay them? How do you keep them going for so long?
Biggest thing is money. Like if you're paying them more than what they would work at a normal job, almost 90% of the time, they're gonna stay with you.
Do you ever do like pay rises or anything like that? Do you do bonuses, AdSense splits?
I don't do pay raises unless it's someone who I promote to like a manager position. This one guy who's worked for almost a year for me, he has been on the same payment plan for the whole year. Like he's never got a pay raise or anything. I mean, if he asked for one, I'm gonna be honest, I'd probably fire him.
Why?
Cause dude, okay, like I like that he's with me and like I'm fine paying him the money, but he can be replaced very easily.
What do you think separates the people who scale fast from the ones that scale slow? Because I remember you used to always like move pretty fast with new channels and whatnot. What do you think kind of separates the people? They're the ones who, scale slow, scale fast.
The people who scale fast compared to the people who scale slow, it comes down to a mindset thing and like how badly they want it. The set of beliefs and like the urgency behind it is like a huge thing to how fast people move. If you always have like that thing in like the back of your mind where it's like you're not doing enough, then you're always going to move faster than most people.
You mentioned earlier that now like your workflow has changed regarding AI. Like how has that come into play? How has that changed?
Yeah, so at the beginning of this year, I started using it like way heavier. Like even this past month is when I really started to use it.
What do you use?
So I created a AI scriptwriter that like I just Claude coded. Bro, Claude Code is so insane. All you have to fucking do.
Everyone says this.
Yeah, no one uses it also, bro. And the other thing is it's like such a bubble. Like no one, like I go to college, no one fucking knows what Claude Code is in college. Not any, like the professors don't understand it. No one understands. Like I was asking my professor when I think like Opus 4.5 came out or something like that. I was like, yeah, have you like looked at it? Have you seen Claude Code, all this stuff? He's like, no, what is that? I was like, bro, are you kidding me?
Bro, I've come across like computer science students who don't know what Claude Code is.
They don't know anything.
Yeah, it's crazy to me. That doesn't make any sense. But in our space, it seems like fucking hell, like everyone's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, you think that everyone knows it, but no one outside of like the business online space, and actually many people don't even know like Claudebot, that went stupid viral in the business.
With like the Macs and everything.
Yeah, no one fucking knew what Claudebot was outside of that space. It's very much a bubble right now, and there's so much you can do with it.
What was your process for actually making the tool?
You put it into the normal Claude first. You tell it exactly what you want it, and you just you tell it to build a plan. And then you take that plan, whatever the doc is, and you just send it to Claude Code. And like 90% of the time, it like one-shots it, if it's simple.
It's the same as well. Like whenever you get error messages, because Claude Code can fuck up. Like you'll get some errors and stuff you need changing. What I do is I also take those error messages, paste them back into Claude, and just tell it to come up with a solution that I prompt back into Claude Code. It's literally just back and forth. Half the time I'm using Aqua Voice as well to talk instead of write. So it's just all AI. Like I'm just like doing stuff in my room while I'm talking to it. Just press the tab key and then it just all does it for me basically. But like with the script writing tool that you made, how did it change your workflow? Because you mentioned that before.
Basically, I mean, at that point, I was writing all the scripts. I trained it so that I have a channel. You just paste the channel link in. It goes through all the transcripts on, I think, the top 100 vids, analyzes all of them. It takes in the idea of the video. It takes in how the script was structured, how long it was, all that stuff. And then I also have a feature where you can put in competitors. They only take ideas from the competitors. They don't take any of the script stuff because you want it to be based on your channel, obviously. So then it has a little tab for ideation. I just click on that, click on the channel, click generate ideas. It comes up with 10 ideas every time you do it. You go through, it gives you like a little summary of the idea. Go through, I can pick one in like 30 seconds. Like this whole thing takes like 30 seconds once you have the channel in. You just click the idea, click generate script, boom's got a script. You can copy it. I have 11 labs generator also in it with the API key. So just generate the voice, paste it into Trello, and that's literally it. Before I was doing that, they would take a day. I could only do one idea at a time. I didn't have like a good system to find ideas either. So completely changed the first half of the workflow.
What are like the costs of running that?
Very minimal.
How did Earnit change things for you? Because you joined...
Yeah, last year, February. It's been, I mean, what was it?
A little over a year.
Yeah, a little over a year. That's crazy. Earnit changed a lot. So at the beginning I joined, I think actually I was looking for scaling advice from you because you were the only one who was actually talking about it at the time. Joining a community like that, I think I talked to you a lot at the beginning, I'm pretty sure. I think you were the one who said, it was like, you gotta just like double down on your outliers, just stick to your niche. And then that month, like I just went stupid viral. But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in there. Like the community aspect is like probably the biggest part.
Yeah, you flew all the way to the meetup.
Yeah, I did.
It was a long-ass flight coming to the one this year as well.
Yeah, this one also, Obviously, I'm a coach now, so I talk to a lot more people. And like the more people I talk to, the more sauce I get. My partner's from Earnit also, so...
A lot of people are doing that, just like partnering with other members from Earnit, because people are on par, they've got different ideas, different skill sets. It's pretty sick to see that happen.
Yeah, it's really easy to find a partner, like as long as you show you're doing work.
What would you say to someone who's like wanting to go into shorts right now, is kind of debating going all in on it?
If you're thinking about like maybe not getting into it, then it's like you're probably already cooked, you know? You have to hit that breaking point where it's like, fuck, if I don't do this now, I'm gonna be fucked for the rest of my life. So you can make that up in your head also. Like, I wouldn't have been fucked for the rest of my life. I probably would have got a job or something.
That's good advice. Breaking point, and set yourself a time frame where you have to be consistent in order to see results. 30 days is good. Just to even see that you can stay consistent for 30 days.
Exactly.
A lot of people are like, oh, I want to do this, but then it gets to like day 3 and they fucking hate it.
Exactly,
you know? So like, you got to see if it actually aligns with who you are.
Yeah, all I wanted to see was like the tiniest sign that it worked. My mindset was just like 30 days. If I get better every day, every video, trying to like study competitors, find good ideas. It's like there's no fucking way I could fail in 30 days. Like there has to be some sign to keep going. Somewhere halfway through, I had like a really big video, and that was the sign. And I was like, okay, after that, just
went all in.
Yeah.
Hey, well, anyways, thank you, my boy Dipi, for coming on, sharing source, and a great story as well. Where can people find you?
Dipi on X. You can DM me if you want to connect.
Plug the YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, at Real Dipi on YouTube. If you search up how I made $1 million on YouTube, you'll find that, which soon to come.